Well, hey everyone, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast Live Edition. I am live with you. It's Jeep and Terry, and coming at you on this fine Monday evening after the New Jersey Jeep invasion. And we're going to wrap it up. We're going to do a little roundup of that event, let some people come on and join us, and then I'll kick it off and get rolling. If you do have comments or questions, make sure to throw them in the comments section, and maybe I'll react to them on air. That'd be great, huh? We're a little bit earlier than we normally are. Just happy to be able to be on air and making that happen. It's almost like nobody's used to us coming on this early and jumping on there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and kick the show off and get it rolling in just a minute. I think we got some people jumping on. There we go. Before I kick over, I'm going to go ahead and share it out a little bit. All right, I'm going to go ahead and kick it off. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast, proudly presented by Armorlight, the toughest flooring on the trail. Everybody that listens to us has access to Armorlight's exclusive discount for us. It's Jeep Life Podcast 10 for a complete Armorlight system at goarmorlight.com. Our thanks to them for being a presenting sponsor with us and being with us from the beginning. So everybody go now to goarmorlight.com and order that system. I put it to use this week out on the beach, sand everywhere, but it's all clean again. So make sure to check it out. Our other partners are Power Tank, and you get Jeep Life Pod 15 for a complete system at powertank.com. Used that on Saturday to air up a friend of mine's tires. They were a little bit low on the beach, so we aired them up and everything was good. Jeep Life Pod 15, thanks to Steve and Tyler out at Power Tank for their partnership. Pipes is another one of our great partners and sponsors, and they're offering free shipping on our systems, which is better than a lot of the percentages. Use code JeepLife at pipesexhaust.com or pipesexhaust.com, your choice, for one of the best sounding exhausts on the market. My rig, chef's kiss. Oracle Lighting is giving our listeners a discount, Jeep and Terry, for 15% off at oraclelights.com. It's my hometown heroes, and almost every light on my rig is Oracle Lighting, and I love it. And make sure to check it out, Jeep and Terry, for 15% off. Ooh, now that I've got through all of that, welcome to the show, and it's awesome to be here. I had a real great time down in the wildwoods, hanging out with my people. I see people right now. My friend Glenn and Mike from Globex Performance. They're going to get a little love a little bit later in the show, but man, thanks to them for hanging out. It was awesome. But yeah, what have I done this week? I've done the New Jersey Jeep Invasion show, done some other things, written some blogs, all that stuff. Cleaned up my Jeep. Lexi got a new bumper. She installed it herself. Dr. Dawn, she went down to get some stuff ready for school down there, and he had a bumper that he was going to give to her, and he basically said, "Here you go," and Lexi's throwing it on her Jeep. It looks great. Now I just have to get my winch from Break It Billy and throw it on there, so she's complete. But yeah, she's excited about that, and we'll get some lights on it, and I'll wire it up. We'll get that taken care of in the next week or two. I think that's about it. Catch-up wise, I know that Lexi got some new stereo stuff from Alpine today. That arrived, and she's looking forward to getting that all taken care of. So what's coming up tonight? We're going to really dive into the New Jersey Jeep Invasion. I'm going to do a full kind of review and recap on that. So stay tuned. One of the things we haven't done a lot of is, and that's celebrate our Patreon supporters, and decided to kind of name our Patreon subscribers the Trail Rated supporters. And so our Patreon Trail Rated supporters, and we're going to highlight some of those members. You got Joseph A coming in there, Tom H, Tyler D, Dave D. We're going to hear a little bit from him in a little bit. It's good to hang out with you some at Jeep Invasion, Dave. It was awesome. Wayne S. And Wayne does an amazing job over at Dave and Wayne's in Bethlehem. So make sure to go see them for all your repair and upgrade needs. They'll take good care of you. And last but not least, Eric Tomorrow, paging Eric Tomorrow. I appreciate everybody that's a part of our Trail Rated supporters, and like every month or so we'll go through and highlight a few and say thank you for being our supporters. We have three, call it 4 levels of support on our Patreon page. And the first one is free. So you can be a free member, lose some of the benefits, but it's great. At least we know you're supporting. Then there's the sport level, and that's a $3 a month subscription, and it makes all the difference in the world. And following the regular Jeep nomenclature, or we go to Sahara, and it's a $5 a month commitment, and we appreciate that. And then our Rubicon, the Big Daddy, is $10. And should we do a Rubicon X or a 392 level for $100 of support? You tell us. We'll make that happen. Speaking of ways to tell us, call out for reviews. I think last week I read a review of the show. It's always great to hear those. That's also how people find us, is by reviews. And the more reviews you have, the more likelihood people are going to find us and get the word out. So if you could, go to wherever you get your podcasts and throw down some reviews. We'd appreciate it. One way we also like to keep up with our listeners is they email questions or just thoughts. Well, this time, Dave D., we heard from him earlier. He sent a question, and I don't know the answer to this, so I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to wait till a chance we have Dr. Don or Billy on to kind of dive into it. Hey guys, longtime listener and Patreon subscriber, and there at Rubicon, or at Trail Rated supporter. We appreciate that. I just wanted to pick your minds to see if you heard of others with this problem that we have with our 2021 JLU Rubicon with V6 e-torque. Last December, he had a dead battery issue. Nothing alarming. The Jeep is 3.5 years old and 18,000 miles. Not a daily driver. So we researched things and installed an Optima battery. All is well. Things back to normal. Yeah, that sometimes a battery just needs to be replaced, right? Mid-April, went to start the Jeep, and all sorts of things popped up on the dash and display. Windshield wipers running very slowly. Service start icon on the dash. Blower fan ramps up to high. Radio comes on and can't start the vehicle. So pulled the battery to go to have it read, and it's 4 volts. Charged it up, reinstalled the next day. Everything looks good. A couple days later, back to the same alerts. Sounds like something is draining that. I'm not sure. That's my uneducated opinion. And then you YouTube the issue and came up with deciding to take it to a dealership. They took several days. Might have something to do with the e-torque battery and its circuitry. Stating that a Jeep representative from Stellantis may need to look at this. Looks about the time period that Stellantis is trying to figure things out and keep it gone there. They authorized battery replacement. Sorry, this is long-winded, but there's a lot to do with it. When this all pans out, I'm not sure if I keep the Jeep and stay away from the e-torque. What happens when I have 50, 75, 100,000 miles? What's your opinions, good, bad, or ugly? And it's from Dave. Dave and everybody, I don't know enough about the e-torque to make a suggestion. But like I said, I'm going to table this one. I think it's enough that we could probably do a whole episode on the e-torque and battery situations with that. So I think we'll pose that to when it actually gets there. But I appreciate the question coming in. It was awesome to meet you and see you at the light party. So that was pretty awesome. Thanks, Dave, for sending that in. And, send your questions in. Send your emails in. We love it. info@jeeplifepodcast.com. It'll get read on the air, and we'll try our best to share an answer with you. We like to refer to it as edutainment. So we'll try to educate a little bit, and maybe we'll educate ourselves as we go along. Being an event weekend. Actually, I'm in between events right now. I got home yesterday and I go out again on Thursday. But events, and this is up through September. I think there's one or two that I'm missing on here, but I'll get those on next time. Next weekend, July 18th through the 20th, is the PA Jeeps All Breeds in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Great show. Been there multiple times. I am fortunately, depends on how you look at it, have to support the Bronco industry. I'm down at Wildwood again with another New Jersey Bronco invasion, and it's still a great time, and I can't wait to see the other people that are there, including my Globex buddies. We'll have to do something that night, or one of those nights. August 1st to the 2nd, August 1st. It's the second annual Hutch Jeets Jam in Hutchinson, Kansas. Our listener, Matthew Webster, sent that in. Go check that out. Hutchinson, Kansas. I know that I've been there, but I've never had a Jeep there, so that'll be interesting to check out. August 9th, our friends over at Venom Jeep Outlaws, Reclaim 5, and it's from Steve, and he... our listeners sent that in, and they're in the Burlington County Fairgrounds in New Jersey. Go check it out. This is their 5th year doing it. I wish I could be there. I have another commitment that weekend, so I can't make it, unfortunately. Or I would. It looks like a great event. August 21st to 23rd is the granddaddy of them all, Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. That same weekend, Ocean City Jeep Fest in Ocean City, Maryland is going on as well. But I will be at the Pigeon Forge location with Oracle and in the booth, and you'll see my vehicle running around. And if you're there, you may get to see something new and interesting on the vehicle. You'll see it tonight in the show. But if you're just listening, then make sure to come there and check it out. It'll be a lot of fun. And September 20th, Fall New Jersey Jeep Invasion in Ocean City, Maryland. And I will be there with Oracle. We'll be having a good time, and I think we have another light party for that weekend, so that'll be pretty awesome. It was great. I will get more into that. But if you've got an event that you would like for us to highlight, and I actually have the card somewhere here, I'll add it, of another event. And send it in, info@jeeplifepodcast.com, and we'll get it on our calendar of events, and we'll start adding in and filling in the weekend, the fall months as well. So now on to our main topic, and this is our New Jersey Jeep Invasion recap, review. It was in Wildwood, New Jersey. That's such a great little town. Love it. It's a beach city, in New Jersey, the Jersey Shore. You're going to the shore instead of going to the beach. It's going to the shore. I don't know why. But anyway, it's put on by Blinker Food Productions. Jamie, we've had him on the show multiple times. Him and Allison run the show, and they are absolutely fantastic people. They run a terrific show. It's a tight ship. Don't get me wrong. You know where you stand with them. They were not going to lie to you. But they have such a great team, and it's Jim, Brendan, Matt, everybody else that works for them. They all have a smile all the time. I can't believe, no matter how odd it is, they're great. So it's a lot of fun. So make sure check it out next year or any of your other events. Go to Bleecker Food Productions and see all the events that they have. Their photographer, Rick, he and I used to work together in a former life. He was doing all the photos. He and Daisy, amazing photos and a good time. So it was good to see Rick and get caught up with everybody. It's just, that's such a great team that Jamie and Allison have put together. They reflect themselves tremendously. And then just Jamie's they're two of the hardest working people on the planet, and I really, really appreciate them and will support them however I can. So make sure you go check that out. Go to all their events. They're awesome. And if you haven't been to Wildwood, it's not necessarily a brand new town. It's been around for a while, and a lot of the hotels, are straight out of the 50s, 60s. Well, the one I stayed in this time, I'm not going to name its name. I'm not going to out it, but it was quite possibly the worst hotel I've ever stayed in. And I've got it booked again for Bronco. What was I thinking? But it's one of those little bitty tiny old hotels with old furniture and everything, and literally straight up the bathroom. It's not far off from being like a prison bathroom. None of the windows close all the way. There's always gaps in there. I go in, and the air conditioning unit is against the back wall, up high, like in the very top of it, and it's dark back there. I'm trying to figure out which button to push, and I'm sweating, and I don't know. It was one of those things where I was, do I crawl under the blankets and sheets or not? It was questionable. It served its purpose just fine. I had a place to keep my stuff. I had a place to put my head, and to be honest with you, I found parking there, which is always the challenge in Wildwood. So I was able to park there, even with my doors and top down. It was covered parking for the most part. So, yeah. All right. I guess it met the needs. And it is what it is. I'll put up with it. But when I'm booking, I didn't book this. Our executive assistant booked it. But when I'm booking hotels, I kind of run it through, a couple of filters. Is this something that, the owners of my company would stay in? If not, maybe it's a little less than I'm going to do. That they would not. They would have walked in, they would have turned around and walked out. Yeah. But as you know, I was down for Oracle Lighting, representing my company and putting it out there. We had the Oracle Lighting booth. We had it right next to Quadratech. We had partnered with Quadratech on this event, and it was, we weren't selling. They were selling for us our product, and it was good to kind of be working with them again. And good people that I got to hang out with. That was awesome. But it kind of, whatever. It was a good time. It relieved some stress off of me. I didn't have to do all the selling. I could just talk to people and answer questions, and then walk them over to the quad booth and let them, take care of the transaction. So from that standpoint, it was perfectly fine. And you got to hang out with some old friends at Quad, and it was good. In our booth, we had some featured booth babes, and it was great to have them in. Booth babes in our case are vehicles, right? And they're just absolutely killer vehicles. I think we had some of the best vehicles on the beach. Featured front and center was Clever Girl Heather. If you can find her on Instagram at Clever Girl or Clever_Girl_JL. It's a 2-door on 42s with a rock crawler suspension. This thing is unbelievable. It's decked out with Oracle lights, including our interior lights, which look really great with her dash. So our thanks to Heather and letting us use her Jeep. She hung out. Man, her product knowledge is terrific. So she was answering people's questions when I wasn't able to answer them. So thanks, Heather, and thanks for letting us borrow your vehicle for the weekend. Sarge, Aaron and Brandon, sweethearts. I mean, just wonderful people. Sarge is one of those that it's a showpiece vehicle. It's absolutely gorgeous. Everything on it is paint matched. They have amazing bumpers that they're actually going to paint match coming up. but it's Sarge green. All of our lights on it are paint matched. And if you want to check that out, go to at ER_NoLE and check that out. It's pretty awesome. And let's see, um, Jarvis Scott at Jarvis_Rubicon. It's a white 4-door Rubicon, and that thing is beast. I mean, it really is beast. And he's got our lights front to rear on it, caged in. It's a pretty sweet vehicle. I liked when I parked next to him. It actually, most of the time I get Jeep Envy, and I felt really, it's such a clean build. I was like, that's what I would like to do if I had that. Of course, my vehicle was there, and the Cam Marketing Gladiator, which is the workhorse, it's set up with it sets up with a snowplow connection on the front, so it does the work, and it's outfitted with our lights front to back, and it looks really good. It wasn't one of our front and center, but it was a great way to show off the Gladiator lights as a workhorse, and it was pretty awesome. And then right next to our feature vehicles was the Quadratec tent, and we had our Oracle Wrangler positioned there, and it looked awesome, and I was able to just walk people over and check out the integrated light bar and all the other goodies that are on there. Out on the beach, this is one of the more unique shows because not many shows, not even Jeep Beach, Daytona, their vendors aren't on the beach. They're at the Speedway, which is pretty cool in itself, but it's not on the beach. And Wildwoods Beach is big enough to house that and park all the vehicles on the beach. So awesome. Downside to that, Sunday I got burnt up. My feet and face were pretty trashed by the end of the week, but man, it was just great to be out there. The weather was beautiful. It was good to be out on the beach. Great show to be there. Our friends at Alpine had a great install booth going on. They had the staff and some of Roy's friends, myself included, got tattoos of Roy that we had, and so that was a hilarious kind of inside joke with Roy and tatting him up. It was pretty good. He's such a good sport about things and an awesome guy. But it was kind of a prank when the team all got together. They were showing, they put their hands in, and everybody had these temporary tattoos of Roy's face on there. It's awesome. It's almost as cool as the Where's Tom that the Globex Performance guys do with one of their guys, Tom. Speaking of Globex, man, our booth was right next to them, and I wish I'd gotten to spend more time with them, but what wonderful people. And they know what they're doing. If you're on the East Coast and you need upgrades and you need stuff done, take it to them. They also have a full lineup of parts that they manufacture under GBX MFG, so make sure to go check them out. But they brought the whole team down, and you want to talk about the nicest guy. They do it right. You go there and you go to their shop, and it's kind of unassuming as far as it's not a high-tech shop. There are plenty of East Coast shops that are some of the more high-tech looking, clean shops. They're not necessarily that. It's not dirty by any stretch, but it's certainly not, like what you would think with the showroom and all that stuff. But where they make the difference is their processes and their efficiencies and their ability to take care of their customers is almost second to none. I've never seen anything like it. Mike and Mike, the owners, they're just the sweetest people on the planet. And Glenn runs the office. Man, they've had my Jeep, and I updated on a regular basis talking to me. It was great to be able to have trust and faith in what they were doing, and it was easy to do that with those guys. So go check them out. We'll be beside them again at Bronco, and I hope to get some more time to hang out with them, as they're just wonderful people. Um, the Back the Blue party, which is the Friday night party, I didn't get to go this because when you get off the beach the first day, and I have a party the next night, but it's off the charts, and it's out at the Naval Air Station in Wildwood. It's an old World War II hangar training base. We're having our Bronco party there, and it's just a cool place to be. Helicopters, airplanes, everything. It's amazing. So check out the photos from there. If you didn't get to go, if you did get to go, then check out the photos again anyway. And but it's really a cool place to be. If they didn't already have that location for their party, I would do my party there for Jeep. But it's not good for our the Jeepers to have two parties at the same place. It just wouldn't be cool. And speaking of our party, the Oracle Lighting Party was held at Kendall Automart at the Jeep dealership there. They moved half the vehicles off the property, or rearranged them so that we had plenty of parking spaces, and then we still ran out. So I think there were around 300 Jeeps there. It was awesome. Everybody had their lights going, and we had food truck, we had a DJ. It was just a really cool place to be and hang out. So many of my friends were there, and then just all these great Jeepers. Let me see. Do I have any pictures from there? What is this? Well, here's a aerial view of the parking, so you can see how many Jeeps and how it's arranged, and then the vendor area up at the top, and that's the convention center. Just really pretty amazing. Then our booth, as we were talking before, with my Jeep kind of featured there, and a Clever Girl and Sarge. Lots of fun. And now I don't have any good pictures from the lighting party, which I do have pictures of the winners, and those winners were Nick F. from Albany, New York. His Jeep, every light on the Jeep chased itself, so everything was connected, and it wasn't just one light, but it was all the lights worked together, so it was all sequential. It was a white 4xe, so it was kind of understated, but then you watch the lighting and you go, oh man, that's pretty awesome. And then Melanie F. with her Jeep Skittles, JKUR, on Instagram. She's from Salem, Massachusetts. She was the runner-up, but her vehicle was wrapped in Skittles, and that's our whole theme, is all the Skittles. It was a rainbow of flavor, if you will. It was pretty awesome. But like Dave says, it was a good time at Kendall. I think it was a real relaxed atmosphere, food truck, music going, everything, and it was really, really cool. What happened there is I premiered Jeep Cow, and that's one of our newest products at Oracle, and it is basically a vinyl decal that when electricity is applied to it, it illuminates. And it's the thickness of a real thick vinyl, and then when you turn it on, it glows. And I introduced it there. Had the DJ make an announcement. Everybody came around my Jeep, and then I turned it on, and it illuminates. And this is proprietary stuff that we have at Oracle. You can go to oraclelights.com and then just search Jeep Cow, like a decal, only Jeep Cow, and see it. And it's pretty awesome. Get choice of fonts that are available, and it was amazing. And everybody loved it. Everybody's coming up and touching it. It was very, very cool to have that happen at our event. So it was pretty awesome. Yeah, so many people on here like Tim, and it was great to see you guys. You guys were one of the first people that I, kind of met in the Jeep community, and we've kind of stayed in touch. Not necessarily seeing each other all the time, but it's like old friends when we do. So it was good to see you guys too. All the people that I got to see, and Roy, people walk into the booth with my face on their body. Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? I love it. But it really was fun to see that, Roy, and it was great to hang out with you. Hang out with the rock crawler guys. You can see my hat. I have a rock crawler lift on the Adventure X series with all GBX manufactured arms with rock crawler ends, rock crawler springs, all that stuff, and then Steer Smarts ends and GBX steering tubes. I am incredibly happy with my vehicle, and I know we talked about it a lot with GBX and Globex taking such good care of Kylo while they had it, but it was it turned out great. So I'm really, really pleased with that. So our thanks to Rock Crawler, and I talked to Jeremy today, keeping things under wraps, but the Oracle SEMA vehicles are really coming together. Obstacle course. The guys from Rouse Creek come in and create a sweet obstacle course. I've never ran the obstacle course. Of all the years I've been doing that event, I've never ran it. But many people have. Some people, it's their introduction to off-roading, and it's so cool to have an obstacle course on the beach that people can go ride on, and they can do it safely, with the knowledge of knowing, hey, somebody's here to get my back. It's great that Jamie and the guys from Rouse Creek take care of that, and I love it. I encourage everybody next year to go and do that, because it's such a neat experience that you can't get anywhere else. Whew. But when we pulled off the beach yesterday, I pulled off I guess about 2:30 or so. I was hot, I was tired, but as I was driving off, I had the top down and I was reflecting on all the things that we had done. It was one of my better times at the Jeep Invasion, just overall. There's some great restaurants in town that you can go to. It's a great town to go and visit. But to go down with Jeeps and seeing, 3,000 to 5,000 Jeeps in the town, 2,000 Jeeps on the beach, it's incredible, and it's such a sense of community and camaraderie. I didn't see any a-hole. I'm sure there was, but I didn't see any. It's like everybody had respect for each other, and I'm thankful for that. And I guess that's rule number one, is don't be an a-hole. But thanks for everybody that came up and introduced themselves, or if they were, an old time friend and we got a selfie together. That was pretty amazing, and I appreciate it. Gave out so many stickers. If you didn't get a sticker and you want one, send me an email at info@jeeplifepodcast.com. I'll try that again. info@jeeplifepodcast.com, and I'll send one out to you. I've got some, so let me know, and I'll send those out. Again, we talked about our Patreon. Go check it out. We have a link tree, Jeep Life Podcast. So check that out. We have a YouTube channel which has some great content, including we have our live broadcast going to YouTube. So make sure to check that out. Radis, that's right. Steer Smarts had Freezy there, set up in the Globex booth. giving out all the ice cream. I think even Glow Bear made an appearance giving out ice cream and trying to cool down the world one degree at a time. Um, but it was really such a great weekend. But hey, Jamie, we just talked about your event the entire time and how great it was. So thanks again for everything that you do for us in the industry and in particular giving us a great event like this. I'll see you on Thursday. Um, that's it from me. Thanks to our presenting sponsor, Armalite. Um, Again, goarmalite.com. Use Jeep Life Podcast 10 for a complete system. I know tonight we had our friends at Globex, who has been a sponsor of the show before. Make sure you go check them out. Eston at Emotive Automotive in Mertztown. Make sure to go check them out. They're top notch. As a matter of fact, my daughter's Jeep is heading there very, very soon. So we can get it inspected and just in time for her to go off to college. So it was, make sure to check these people out. And if you have any questions, send them to us at info@jeeplifepodcast.com. That's all I've got. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in or came by the booth. Do it again. And if anybody knows of a Bronco, I'm looking for a Bronco for our booth space for this weekend. It's kind of a quick turnaround, but let us know. Anyway, I'm going to do my best impersonation of Colin over at Alpine, and I'm going to give everybody a big Jeep wave too. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with me. I will see you soon.